from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
Snowfall coating Metro Detroit, and as you can see, it is not over yet. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Those were live pictures right there, so you can see the snow is still coming down.
And it is accumulating and making for some slick road conditions. Ashley is here to let us know what it's going to amount to and when it's going to stop.
I mean, it was just looking like spring. We blinked, and now it looks like winter again. And yeah, this Clipper system has been overachieving with the combination of low stability and some really impressive forcing. This has been able to squeeze out more than 5 inches of snow off into Howell, and Ann Arbor reporting about 4.5 inches. Same in Lapeer. Shelby Township about 3.5 and 3 inches in Farmington and Lake Orion. Now, these are preliminary spotter reports that came in right around 11 a.m. So we're going to continue to add to these snowfall totals, though the peak of it is already past us. But you'll see that one pocket that was really overachieving was right around Novi off towards Ann Arbor. So for our far western communities that clip Livingston, Oakland, and Washtenaw counties. Let's take a live look at Exact Track 4D. We still have a heavier band from about Waterford stretching up towards Port Huron. Otherwise, just blanketing with some light snow across the area. This is pushing to the east, so we will start to see this dissipate throughout the afternoon from west to east. Even that thicker cloud cover is starting to fade a little bit off to the west, but a little fog's been mixing in with some light drizzle on the back end. So just anticipate low visibility to stick around even once the snow is done. But right now, visibility below a mile in a lot of locations across the metro area. You can't even see the airport with the snow coming down, and we're all sitting right around freezing. So we'll be steady with temperatures the rest of the afternoon. We're going to time out when this mess moves out, coming up in just a few minutes.
Looks like the damage has been done. Thank you, Ashley. We are also continuing to follow all of the new testimony coming out this morning in the Jennifer Crumbley trial. She is the mother of the Oxford High School shooter charged with involuntary manslaughter.
The shooter's behavior before the shooting was brought into focus again today. Let's bring in Sean Lay, who's outside the courthouse for us. What's the dean of students saying about this, Sean?
I tell you what, you take a step back, Jason and Rhonda, and you talk about the behavior. Under the spotlight today is the behavior of the dean of students when he was presented with lots of information about the shooter and the behavior of his mother. And you look at it and think of all the opportunities that were missed or not focused on that could have stopped this tragedy of the Oxford school shooting. Let me take you right inside the courtroom here. This is Nicholas Ejak, former dean of students of Oxford schools, in charge of discipline. Now, the day before the shooting, he was presented with an email from a teacher who wrote that she caught the shooter looking up ammunition online, and she took a step further. She went and looked at his previous work and told him, the dean of students, that the work was leaning towards the violent side. Ejak says he did not go back and look at that work for himself. He was presented with information that the shooter was looking at violent videos. He says he did not go back and review those videos. So the next day, he is presented with the shooter's worksheet, math worksheet that we've all seen before, with violent images on it and words on it like "help me." And he believes that he then called in the parents to speak with the counselor and himself, including Jennifer Crumbley, and then he himself went back to the classroom to retrieve the backpack and even made a joke about how heavy it was. Now, here he is on the stand today.
At any point, did anybody request to search the backpack?
They did not know.
And did you search the backpack yourself?
I did not. It wasn't necessary or rise to the occasion that I do that, because I didn't have any reasonable suspicion to do that, and I need that.
Explain what that means, please.
Sure. So reasonable suspicion means that there needs to, by law says you have to have some type of reasonable suspicious activity that would lead to searching student belongings. And so typically that's like a report that someone has a vape pen or a weapon, or that they're securing something they're not supposed to have at school, or nervous behavior when you have their belongings, which is very typical of students that we have searched in the past. Their behavior will change when you're in possession of their stuff, and none of that was present.
All right, back here live. So a lot going on here. Let's break it down for you real quick. The attorney for Jennifer Crumbley asking the dean of students about lots of information about her son that was never passed along or given to the shooter's mother. At the same time, prosecutors then asking if Jennifer Crumbley offered information, especially at that meeting, that he had been hallucinating, telling her they'd been hallucinating, and that the parents had just bought him a 9mm handgun. So lots to break down here. And the case is about involuntary manslaughter involving Jennifer Crumbley. Prosecutors are saying her inaction or her alleged neglect of her son led to the shootings of 4 students, guys.
All right, Sean, certainly a lot to cover there and keep up with. And you can watch every second of the trial live at your convenience on Local 4+. A Michigan man is in custody after federal officials say he made threats to kill President Joe Biden. Federal officials say Russell Warren from Prudenville posted several threatening statements on X, formerly Twitter, including killing President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, as well as bombing U.S. government buildings. Warren had a prior conviction of assault with a dangerous weapon in 2022.
General Motors has announced its fourth quarter earnings. The automaker says it pulled in $43 billion with a profit of $2.1 billion. For all of 2023, GM is reporting a profit of $10.1 billion.
Today, special elections being held in Metro Detroit. Voters in House Districts 13 and 25 going to the polls after their representatives won races to become mayor of Warren and Westland, respectively. House Districts 13 includes communities in Warren and Detroit, and 25 covers Wayne and Westland. Right now, the House is split between Democrats and Republicans, so this will decide the balance of power. We will have results as they come in probably tomorrow morning. Some drama surrounding the 2022 Winter Olympics means some Michiganders are now gold medal winners.
Yes. Then, in 2022, 15-year-old Russian figure skater Kamila Valieva has been disqualified for a doping violation from the Beijing Games nearly 2 years after the Games took place. This means that the gold medal that she helped Russia's figure skating team win is now going to the American team, which includes some local skaters, Ann Arbor's own Evan Bates and his fiancee, Madison Chalk.
Also, Madison Hubble from Okemos and Zachary Donahue from Lansing. They are now bringing home the gold as well. So they don't get to stand on the podium, but they get the hardware.
Yes, they do.
Pretty good stuff. Leaders at J.P. Morgan Chase are meeting today to discuss Detroit's future and celebrate the start of Black History Month.
And it's planning to make a major investment in neighborhoods, as it has been over the last few years. Victor Williams joins us now live with what the talks are all about and the plans they have to invest in Detroit.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is a major deal, Jason and Rhonda. Obviously, a lot of folks here in the city of Detroit, they definitely need that money. And we're talking about $10 million that's not going to be vested into the community. This is so people can go out there and buy homes, so people can actually start small businesses and actually survive. We were able to talk to one of the top executives about this major investment, and here's what he had to say.
I'm proud to work at a firm, and I've been in Detroit my whole life, never really left, always wanted to be here, so I think we found each other. And in doing so, being able to partner and work for an institution that listens to the people on the ground and say, what do you need here? And that was from the CEO on down. Like, what can we do to make things better for those that need a leg up or a lift up? So to be a part of it, and this has been over the arc of now, for this particular conversation, 10 years, and to see where we started to where we've gone and see the synergies. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say the partnership wasn't just with the city of Detroit or with the city council or with our entity, but the foundations came to the table.
And you have to remember that this company has been serving Detroit for about 90 years, and this is a city that is about 80% black. Coming up later on tonight on Local 4, we'll be talking to some of the people as they react to this news, and then we'll also have more details on how people watching can benefit. Victor Williams, Local 4.
All right, Victor, look forward to that report coming up later tonight.